Hey, what's up? I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't really have an official intro or anything, and I never know how to start a video, so I kind of just like dive into it, because I don't like long intros anyway. I don't like it. Okay, no. I'm going to show you some clips of the movie while I was watching it. I just filmed the TV as the movie was going, because, you know, you may hear some ticking in the background of these clips, but that's just my parents' cuckoo clock. I'm gonna try and keep this spoiler free. I am gonna go through like some like the plot points and everything, but I'm not gonna give away any big reveals or anything because there are some twists and turns that happen in this movie, surprisingly. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep those secret. But most of this will just be like criticisms I have of the movie. Yeah, so I don't know if it was my parents' TV or the movie, but the frame rate looked really off. It didn't really seem to match the animation of the movie. I thought that was strange. And I was also disappointed by the amount of 3D animation that was in there. Like they'd like show like this 360 view of this structure, and I was just thinking, okay, what is this, like a CAD tutorial? Why am I watching this in a Hey Arnold movie? If you've never seen the original Hey Arnold series and you're gonna watch this movie, you're not really missing anything. I mean, yes, you should have like watched the series to like know some inside things that are going on. It's probably best if like you have watched like the Parents' Day episode of Hey Arnold, because they go into like some more of the backstory of like why his parents are gone. But they introduce like all the characters and everything you need to know about Arnold all in like the opening credits, which seemed kind of pointless to show the tenants, Ernie and Oscar and Mr. Wynn, because they're only there for like that one scene. They don't contribute anything to the plot, so I was just like, was this just like fan service? Why are they there? Also, why did they change the character's clothes? I mean, Arnold still looks the same. He has different shoes. But Gerald, like, they kept him mostly the same as from the series. But, like, I noticed, like, he has a hood now. He doesn't even use the hood. So what's the point of even adding it? You could have just kept his same, like, crew neck sweater with the 33. So, and, like, also, like, Helga's dress is slightly different, too. It's not, like, the pinafore style thing.
It is true, Helga.
They like gave her stripes at the bottom for some reason. Oh, and then they decide to point out the fact that beepers are now obsolete.
Did you get the memo, Bob? Nobody wants beepers anymore. Ever heard of cell phones?
But doesn't the show know that it takes place in the 90s? Like, why are they commenting on technology and how beepers are obsolete now? I mean, this is a time when like iPhones haven't existed yet. So, like, why, what is this? Like, why are they trying to make us think that they have, like, time jumped into 2017? What? Oh, okay, so I guess iPhones are a thing in this universe now. Yeah, I mean, the characters haven't aged at all, so, like, what? Why are we, like, suddenly in, like, this weird, like, time jump from 90s now to 2017? Like, you were in the age of beepers, and they're like, oh, beepers are obsolete. Oh, we have iPhones now, even though we were going to school in the 90s, and we still look like we're in the 90s. It don't make no sense. Did they time travel? Was there a Mandela effect? I don't believe in those, by the way. Or maybe they did time travel. Who knows? Even though they like did change some like small things that really don't matter to like the plot overall, I'm glad they kept like the small details, like the photo that's in Helga's locket. I'm glad it's like the same like weird kind of mouthless Arnold in there. Although there are other things that, although small, they do stand out. Like now the girls all have boobs. They were in 4th grade. They were 9 years old last time I checked. I mean, at the end of the movie, they say, oh, we're going into the 6th grade, so I guess they're in the 5th grade in this movie. But, like, I don't remember my boobs coming in in 5th grade. Or maybe they did. Puberty was a weird time. I don't remember all that much. Why did they give them boobs? Hey Arnold, I think I could say is my favorite Nicktoon when I was growing up. I liked that the show like had a lot of heart. Arnold like always was able to make like a deep connection with different people and help them with whatever problem they were going through. Usually like he had to help them overcome something about themselves that they wanted to fix. And I also thought that was like really nice, and I always really liked Arnold for that. And I'm glad that this movie is like actually like using that as like the main focus and, you know, not overlooking it. They're like, yeah, Arnold helps people. He's a great guy. He should go save his parents if they're still alive. In case you were wondering about the actual plot of the movie, here it is summed up in one sentence.
We'll make the best video ever. To win this thing, go to San Lorenzo and find your lost bears.
Oh yeah, and then Helga has an orgasm. Whenever she would make that noise in the series, now I know it's an orgasm. That's what was going on when she goes, ah! I can't do it. My voice is too weird. Ah. If you don't believe that it's an orgasm, just listen to this next line after she has it.
And I have to wash my socks.
Yeah, she got so wet that she destroyed her socks. Oh, and the reveal to Arnold's last name is pretty hilarious. I just hope that one day I can be like Arnold's grandma. She's kind of my hero.
Hey, crazy lady, get out of my stair truck!
So obviously Arnold's class wins the trip to San Lorenzo, and what happened to Lorenzo, by the way? Does anyone else remember Lorenzo, that Hispanic kid that was in their class? So obviously Arnold's class wins the trip to San Lorenzo, and he meets up with this guy Eduardo, who was his parents' best friend, and together they're gonna like try and figure out what happened to Arnold's parents. And then Arnold gets like this amulet thing from Eduardo, and it's supposed to like fulfill some kind of prophecy. Yeah, it's one of those stories now. And then it's up to Arnold to save the village of the Green-Eyed People, which are the people that Arnold's parents were sent out to save, or cure for like some sickness that they had. And so they're gonna go there and try to, just figure out what happened. There is a pretty big reveal later on in the movie, and I'm not gonna spoil it here. I didn't see it coming, but I probably should have. I was watching this on Nickelodeon, or Teen Nick, the end. Whatever it's called now, Nicktoons TV. During commercial breaks, they would show like these clips from these YouTube channels of people making covers of like classic 90s Nicktoon theme songs. So you can watch them here. Go check them out yourselves. They seem pretty cool. I mean, like really good covers of like Angry Beavers, Cat Dog, Hey Arnold, Rugrats, all that. Okay, so back to the movie. Eventually they get caught by some bad guys, of course. But then they escape. It happens pretty quickly. And then it's like Arnold, Helga, and Gerald, because you don't want to get bogged down by all those other classmates. No, they are still imprisoned. But then, so the three of them have to hike through a jungle and, go to the village and blah, blah, blah. I was surprised by how the movie didn't shy away from showing some really morbid parts. Like, there's this part where, the bad guys are chasing after him. It's kind of like the Goonies, but actually, a little darker than the Goonies, because they actually show a guy get shot up by some arrows, because they have to go through these booby traps. And I thought, oh, they'll just, pull out the arrows and bandage him up, and then he'll just, be, this injured guy. Oh, ha, ha. No, he dies. He drops dead. You don't see him anymore. Oh, and that keeps happening to, the other bad guys. They'll, go through a booby trap, and then they die. Alright. Arnold makes it to the village, where he discovers that all the adults have fallen ill to the sleeping sickness, and so there are just a bunch of kids there. But this is where it gets kind of confusing. So they have the cure for the sickness in their village, but the device that they have to use to release the cure aromatically can only be opened if they put their village treasure, which they call the Heart of Gold. They have to put the Heart of Gold into this device to activate it. But they can't get to the Heart of Gold unless Arnold opens the container that has it. So if everything that they need to cure everyone is already in the village, why did they have to wait for Arnold to do it? Why was there some prophecy? You would think that in an emergency situation like this, where all your adults are asleep because of this illness, you would just say, fuck it, fuck the Arnold kid, let's just do it ourselves. You're leaving a lot up to chance too. What if Arnold never made it to San Lorenzo? What if his plane crashed? What if he got killed by one of your booby traps? What if Arnold got attacked by a panther? What if he got killed by a bad guy? What if Arnold got bit by a snake? What if Arnold got bit by a spider? What if Arnold got malaria? You're kind of leaving a lot up to chance for this thing to work. You're waiting for some blonde white kid from... Oh yeah, so in commercial breaks they give you these little factoids about the show. Apparently the city that Arnold lives in is inspired by Seattle, Portland, and Brooklyn. And I think they decided to call it Hillwood City or something. Yeah, so you're relying on this 9-year-old white kid from Hillwood City to fly all the way down to Central America to open up your heart and release a cure for everyone. Anyway, everything works out despite all the variables. So, yeah, whatever. Yes, the movie had a lot of plot holes, and I think it raised more questions than it answered. But the answers that we got to the questions that we really actually cared about, like what happened to Arnold's parents, what's Arnold's last name, at least, I don't know, I was kind of wondering that. And then, like, if Arnold and Helga are going to get together, the way that they answer those questions was actually delivered in a pretty satisfying way, so I was happy with the way that went. Very convoluted story to get to all that, but it was pretty fun and enjoyable. I don't think this movie had to be made. A more appropriate time for it to be released would probably be like closer to like when the series actually ended. I mean, to release it now just seems kind of weird and random. And like, oh, are you guys just like banking on people like me who grew up watching the show? And just like, hey, that's nostalgic for you guys. We're gonna put out a movie. I mean, it could have been worse. They could have done like a theatrical release to get all our money. I mean, maybe Nickelodeon is out of ideas, and so they're just turning to the material from a time when they were really popular with like all their like 90s Nicktoons. And so like, hey, let's just scavenge whatever we can from that. Oh, this show has unanswered questions. Let's make a movie about it. In 2018, we're getting a Rocko's Modern Life movie. So what does that tell you? Thanks for watching the review. Bye. That's all I have to say.